Hello and welcome to the FlexPro YouTube channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. And as always, let us know any questions you have down in the comments below. So today, we're going to jump into the world of supplements. More specifically, the world of protein powders. Over time, protein powders have actually got significantly better in flavor profile while still staying very clean on the macro side. With that said, we're going to save you guys a bit of time and break down some of the best protein on the market today. So let's jump into it.
First, let's cover what type of protein powder may be best for you. Despite the overwhelming amount of different protein powders on the market, research has made it clear that whey protein comes out on top. This is because whey protein is both higher in leucine, one of the most important amino acids for muscle growth, and more effectively absorbed and used by the body when compared to various other protein powders and other protein sources in general. Casein protein does come in at a close second with a slightly less leucine and overall protein content, but it is a much slower digesting protein than whey. In theory, this would mean that casein would be the more effective option to take as a pre-sleep meal so that we can stimulate protein synthesis overnight. However, recent research seems to suggest that any high-quality protein such as whey would do the job just as effectively. So, whey seems to be the best option. But whey protein can be further broken down into three different types: whey concentrate, whey isolate, and whey hydrolysate. The main differences here is that whey concentrate can range anywhere from 35 to 80% protein and typically contains the highest amount of lactose, carbs, and fats. Whereas whey isolates, although typically a bit more costly, have to go through an additional filtration process and are required to be at least 90% protein by weight, and therefore have considerably less fats and carbs. Hydrolysates, on the other hand, are whey concentrates or isolates that have just been pre-digested to help with its absorption, but have not been shown to be any more effective at increasing size or strength as the other two options, yet is typically the most expensive option. So essentially, it's just like buying chicken. Whey concentrates can be thought of chicken thighs. They deliver a good amount of protein but come with additional fat and calories, whereas whey isolate can be thought of as chicken breast, a bit more costly than thighs but pack a much higher protein content with less additional fat and calories. Whereas whey hydrolysate could be thought of as extra lean ground chicken breast. It goes through a bit more processing, is typically the most expensive option, yet it delivers the same amount of protein relative to calories, fats, and carbs as chicken breast does. Meaning that for the best bang for your buck, for most people, a good quality whey isolate protein is your best bet, as it delivers the highest amount of protein and is slightly better for those who are lactose intolerant or just tend to have digestive issues in general. Now, as for plant-based options, this can be a good option if you do have intolerances or sensitivities to whey. The problem with plant-based proteins, though, is that they tend to be deficient in certain essential amino acids and are less effective at promoting protein synthesis than whey is. But research has shown that you can partially compensate for this by combining different plant-based protein sources. For example, pea protein is low in the essential amino acid methionine, whereas rice protein contains considerably more methionine but is lower in the essential amino acid lysine, meaning that when you look for a plant-based protein powder, one with a good blend of rice and pea protein would likely be the best option. Soy protein, although subject to much controversy, is another good plant-based option since it has a good amount of all the essential amino acids and is therefore something worth considering. Now, after you've chosen the protein powder that best suits your needs, the next step is learning how to separate the good brands from the not so good brands. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of tricks that supplement companies can use to deceive you. And to help us out with this is Examine.com researcher Bill Willis, who has done a considerable amount of research and work within this exact topic. So Bill, the first thing that you recommend that we look out for is the use of something that's called proprietary blends. Would you mind just explaining a little bit more about what exactly that is and then what that means for us as a consumer?
Sure. Yeah, that's something you have to watch out for with any protein product. The issue is that most whey proteins in particular are made of isolates and concentrates generally, sometimes some protein hydrolysates. And what you'll find is, a proprietary blend on the listing label. And in this blend, the company doesn't really have to disclose the amount of anything that's in that blend. So for instance, if you look at the back of a label of whey protein powder, and it's a blend of whey concentrate and isolate. You know, that's great. Concentrate can be good, an effective source of protein, as can isolate. But the issue is that the concentrate could be a really cheap, low quality one, and there could be just a tiny little trace amount of isolate. So in that example, let's say an unscrupulous manufacturer put a proprietary blend in there because they got a delivery of some really cheap whey concentrate that they got for a good price that was low quality. In this case, that whey concentrate could be, you know, as low as 25 or 30% total protein. Now, the claims on the label in terms of the total protein content may be met with that blend. You know, everything might be on the up and up there. But what you can look out for is the serving size. In particular, is how much protein is present per serving relative to the serving size. So you take a look at the label, and let's say you're dealing with whey protein, and product A is in a 35 gram total serving. Let's say there's 20 grams of total protein. That's going to be relatively low, indicating a lower quality protein. On the other hand, let's say for that same 35 gram serving size, another type of whey has maybe 25 or even up to 28 grams in that total 35 gram serving size. That one would be higher quality, and that's what you want to look out for. You want to get the protein with the most total protein per serving. Those proteins are higher purity. Otherwise, you'll be paying for less of what you really need in a protein and more of just the junk.
Athletes and individuals who regularly lift weights may find that taking protein powder helps maximize muscle gain and increase fat loss. But that's not all, my friends. Protein powders can also aid individuals such as people who are ill, older adults, and some vegetarians or vegans who struggle to meet protein needs with food alone. So all that being said, which type of protein powder is the best? This is the big question. Let me first say, the number one option for getting your protein needs should come from the food in your diet. There are an infinite number of protein powders on the market made from a variety of sources. It can be difficult to determine which protein is right for you. That's why today I'm breaking down everything that you need to know about the top 5 types of protein powders out there. This is based on your desired fitness results, dietary preferences, and lifestyle. First things first, let's understand what in the world is protein and why does our body need it? Well, on a basic level, your body needs protein to stay healthy and to work the way it should. Protein is found literally in everything from your organs to your muscles, your skin, hair, tissue, bones. And it also plays a major role in carrying oxygen throughout your body, in your blood, and it helps fight off infections, keep cells healthy, and the list goes on and on. If you aren't getting enough in your diet, this can lead to muscle loss, tissue breakdown, and all sorts of other health problems. And we don't want that. So a great way to supplement protein in your diet is to get it through means such as a protein powder. Protein powders are concentrated sources of protein made from either animal or plant foods such as dairy, eggs, rice, or peas, and many others. To take protein powders, you simply mix the powder with water or another liquid of your choice and consume. Here are the top 5 types of proteins on the market. Number 1, whey protein. Whey protein comes from milk. Milk harbors lactose, which many individuals have difficulty digesting. But while whey protein concentrate retains some lactose, the isolate version contains very little because most of this milk sugar is lost during processing. Hear that again. The isolated version contains very little because most of this milk sugar is lost during processing. Whey digests quickly and is rich in branched chain amino acids, BCAAs. Leucine, one of these BCAAs, plays a major role in promoting muscle growth and recovery after resistance and endurance exercise. When amino acids are digested and absorbed in your bloodstream, they become available for muscle protein synthesis, MPS, or the creation of new muscles. Studies reveal that whey protein can help build and maintain muscle mass, assist in athletes with recovery from heavy exercise, and increase muscle strength strength in response to strength training. One study out of the Journal of Applied Physiology reported that young men showed that whey protein increased MPS 31% more than protein and 132% more than casein protein following resistance exercise. Other studies in normal weight, overweight, and obese individuals suggested that whey protein may improve body composition by decreasing fat mass and increasing overall lean mass. What's more, whey protein seems to reduce appetite at least as much as other types of protein. Some studies even suggest that whey protein may also reduce inflammation and improve certain heart health markers in overweight and obese people. Number 2 type of protein, casein protein. Similar to whey, casein is a protein found in milk. However, casein is digested and absorbed much more slowly. Casein forms a gel which interacts with stomach acid, slowing down stomach emptying and delaying your bloodstream's absorption of amino acids. This results in a gradual, steadier exposure of your muscles to amino acids, reducing the rate of muscle protein breakdown. Research indicates that casein is more effective in increasing muscle protein synthesis and strength than soy or wheat protein, but less than whey protein. One study out of the Annals of Nutrition and Metabolism reported that overweight men suggested that when calories are restricted, casein may have an advantage over whey in improving body composition during weightlifting. Number 3 protein option, egg protein. Eggs are an excellent, or should I say, excellent source of high quality protein and fat. In fact, whole food eggs have the highest protein digestibility corrected amino acid score. Like all animal products, eggs are a complete protein source. That means they provide all 9 essential amino acids that your body cannot make itself. Eggs are also one of the best foods for decreasing appetite and helping you stay full for longer. That's why the protein quality remains at an A+. However, you may experience less fullness because the high-fat yolks have been removed, resulting in just egg whites. Egg white protein could be a good choice for people with dietary allergies who prefer a supplement based with animal protein, but please keep in mind that egg white protein hasn't been studied as much as whey or casein. In one study out of the Journal of Nutrition, egg protein demonstrated less potential to reduce appetite than casein or pea protein when consumed before a meal. Number 4, pea protein. Pea protein powder is especially popular among vegetarians, vegans, and individuals with allergies or sensitivities to dairy or eggs. Pea protein consists of split pea, a high-fiber legume that boosts all but one of the essential amino acids. Pea protein is also particularly rich in BCAAs. However, full disclosure, good-tasting varieties are just a little tricky to come by. Last but not least, hemp protein. Hemp protein powder is another plant-based supplement that is gaining in popularity. Although hemp is related to marijuana, it doesn't contain THC. So don't expect to get a high from a scoop of hemp in your next protein shake, okay? Hemp is rich in beneficial omega-3 fatty acids and several essential amino acids. However, it is not considered a complete protein because it's very low in levels of amino acids such as lysine and leucine.
Well, there you have it, guys. Some of the most delicious, cleanest proteins on the market today. We hope that answers any questions you have. And if you do have more questions about quality protein sources, be sure to DM us on Instagram. With that said, we hope you have an amazing week. We look forward to hearing from you all soon.